Tony here from Dynamic Digital Creations with my next kit. This is a kit I think I've been showing online. I've been wanting this kit this size for quite some time. I've actually built my own scratch built one. I will actually splice it at the end. Well, I'll put it into this video at the end. But this is the Alan Rivard. He actually built this the mesh, and with permission from Alan, I reworked the parts to actually be able to make a mold, to make it easier to build from a molded perspective. So I'm going to show the parts to show you how it fits together, and then in the next video I'll show you guys all the printed parts. So these are all cast parts out of molds. So like I normally say in all my videos, I think I mentioned it, is you need to clean these bits off the cast parts with soap and water, because it has mold release on it, so your paint won't stick. And I recommend maybe light sandpaper, maybe 400 grits sandpaper, just to roughen it up slightly. Although 400 doesn't really roughen it up, but it might make the paint stick better. So I'll go from the bottom upwards on this kit. Here's your main wing, and they fit together, slides over. Now you will see in these parts there is bubbles on the inside, and that is due to the mold making process. So I make one mold, one half this way, and then it's difficult to get silicone to go into the gap, and then one side normally forms small bubbles, but the other side doesn't. And these aren't really an issue because they're not in the way. Just this part where it slides over, we just need to clean up on the inside of the rim. But the rest doesn't matter. It's to make the model lighter or add lighting. Okay, so these sliding together. You've got your bottom guns, these two parts, and they slide in pretty easily, and it has a hole in the bottom with a cover. So it's your choice how to mount the kit. You can have it standing straight up, and there's holes for your 8mm pipe. I don't provide a pipe, you have to get your own. Aluminium pipe, steel pipe. You can make a solid metal if you like. If you want to add lighting, make it hollow piping. Okay, the main gun goes in here, that's printed. I will show that in the next video. These parts haven't been cleaned up yet, but they all, like I said, have these seams that need to be cleaned up, sanded down. You will find flashing on some parts. Okay. Next up from that, we have the lower pod. Okay, you see it also has little bubbles on the inside. But like I said, don't worry about that. If it's in the way, just sand it down. This one needs to be sanded off. Okay, I'll clear up what I can where I can. This part goes on the top. Okay, then you have your wing connector, which is this one. Okay, this actually goes, see, I've got a big bubble on the front of this one, which is the first casting, so I know how to avoid that now, but I will repair that. So this goes into the top of this one. It fits basically right in out of the mold. Okay, this part's a printed part, and then this is another part I'll show you just now that covers up the gap. Okay, then you get the one that goes over the top that actually holds the wing mounts. That is this one. It goes in one way only, slides in, and then the two wing mounts which are printed will go in between. They actually go into the side of the wings. So your wings, you'll find, I'll try and leave it for protection. It's a little drain pipe that I added into the mold. It drains air out of this little piece. Okay, and then the two molded parts or printed parts, which are these, actually slide in one way into these gaps. And then these fit basically into the top of the mount very well, only one way. I think that's the other way around on this one. Okay, it closes out completely. So on the ends of these, there's little holes. They don't really have bubbles in them. They might need a slight cleanup. But your printed parts go in the side. The guns, I will show that when I get to the printed parts in the next video. And then the guns mounting there, that's mostly printed. and that will be resin pins. There is FDM parts as well, but they are not seen. It's more for mounting and interior structure. Okay, so on top of the this comes the main part, which is your, I don't know what to call it. I call it maybe a collector, although flying in space, I don't know what you're going to collect. There's no atmosphere, so maybe it's collecting neutrinos. I don't know. Comment what you think this might be for. Maybe it's not a collector, maybe it's a, I have no idea. Energizer. Makes energy, makes power. Anyway, this goes on one way only. You see on top of this there is actually a opening over here. It takes two cast parts that go on there. This fits in straight over. Okay, there is bubbles in here, so it won't go on at the moment. But this basically slides. Oh, it actually does. Slides over, and there is a hole on the bottom of each, so you can put your pipe in. Okay, it fits on pretty well over here. Pipe goes right through. Okay, if you want to put the pipe right through, you need to drill all the way through, or just have sections, which I'm going to do because I want to take the model apart. So then you have your upper pod, this one. Okay, I have a bubble. I have to repair the mold to make sure the bubble doesn't appear again, but I'll repair this one. And again, holes on each, slides in, fits pretty well, even with a bubble in there. Okay, and then your upper one, you have your, where's the next part? Your sorry, let me just finish it on this one over here. This is your areas for your two fuel cells. I reckon they're fuel cells. They go in one way as far as I remember. This way with a wire on the outside. It pushes in. Okay. I think that's right. I will have photographs in the... Oh no, that's actually wrong. These must be on the inside. These flat areas. So this goes... Ah, okay, like that. There we go. And this one like that. Okay, so it actually has space for the lower bit to go on. Oops, this one. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so on top of this one, we take these fuel cells. If it is a fuel cell, I think it is. This piece is actually your holder for your cockpit drum. It goes in there, it goes in straight without any sanding whatsoever. This is out of the molds. I haven't sanded any of these seams off. Okay, so there, that's how it looks so far. Okay, so next is your cockpit drum. This piece has bubbles in it as well, just clean them out, some fleshing. This hole, as far as I know, has small bubble. Okay, and there's this section over here where you can drill a hole in to put a screw in, and this one as well. So this basically fits in one way. You'll see this goes into this gap. Okay, needs to have a bit of work to make it fit. Okay, and then you have your rear of your cockpits. Okay, this one builds up a big bubble. Yours might have a bubble, maybe not. I'll try and eliminate it, but honestly, you don't see it because it actually goes straight in onto this back section. Okay, I'm gonna have to rework the mold, make sure the mold works properly, because this hole is now not visible. That actually takes this pipe, because when this thing rotates, the whole thing needs to rotate with the front cockpit. Okay, you see there's a dimple over here on this one. I'll work dimples off A couple of bubbles are stuck in the mold, unfortunately. Okay, this ring over here takes a floating, I don't know actually what to call it, it's a floating mechanism, okay, and that goes into this gap, and then the back goes on. Okay, as for the front, in the next video I'll explain all the printed parts, but this is one of the FDM printed parts that actually goes into the gap. And then your canopy, again flashing needs to be cleaned off, okay, as always. It only goes in one way. It's got a flat end over here, and then on the bottom of this it's got a flat piece, and they actually go in together and it keeps it level. Okay, and then the cockpit is built on with the guns and everything. I will show this piece in the next video, like I said. And then you get your pilot and everything that goes in together with it, that's also printed. As for the main parts, I think that's it. On your collector, this piece, you have your holder for your engines, which slides into the back. Slides in one way only as well. I try and make my model so they do that. You see it's got a little flat bit on top, indented, and this piece has a indented piece over here, and that's how this slides in. So it slides in all the way. There is space here for screws to go in, and the pipe. Okay. And on this you have your engines, 4 of them. Okay, I'm remaking this mold. It actually didn't come out very well, so I'll redo this mold. So this isn't the part that you'll get. This is my part. But these little parts go into it, and then these basically slide into the hole. Okay, so you don't have to glue your engines in. Okay, they can be loose, and if you want to move your model to a convention or pack it away, just pull your engine out. It's easy to move, and it's got the gaps for the screws to unscrew. You don't really need to screw it in. It will be held very securely, but if you prefer that, then the option is there. Okay, this is the part that I mentioned for the covering up of the lower, where is it? The spot part. Okay. A couple of other small little bits, like this here is for this area over here, covers it up. This is for the bottom pod, which is this one. If you don't want to use the whole, the lower mount. And then this is the rear of the of this rear part that fits over the top. Okay, and then you've got a part that goes in. This has to be sanded off. And you get a little flat part that goes on the inside. Okay, so once this is out, this goes in there. Okay, so that's a couple of little pieces that I don't really need to mention. I don't think it's necessary. But like I said, the next video will be all the printed parts. I'll show you where they go in, and how to remove them, or how you will receive them in the box when you get your kit. Okay, thanks guys, and then like I always say, please subscribe and share.